Hey guys, my name is Prasad. I'm a multifamily investor and mortgage agent, and today I wanted to walk you guys through two case studies at a very, very high level. Now, there's a lot of numbers involved with this. So in the description, you're going to find a link to another video where I break everything down in detail. Also, if you book a call with me, I'll send you the spreadsheet for free and you can see it for yourself. So the first property I want to walk you guys through was a 5-plex purchase in Brantford, Ontario. The purchase price was $920,000. Now, the catch being 4 out of 5 of these units needed renovation. So we had to buy this with a bridge loan. Two caveats to this. One, bridge loans under $1 million for an apartment building tend to be more expensive than above $1 million because a lot of commercial lenders don't like these smaller loans. And two, commercial lenders don't like vacant units. These clients had to go in with a more expensive bridge loan than a typical project. But, the numbers made sense overall. So $920K in, 25% down, some lender and broker fees, and we're into the project. One of the clients, one of the two partners, was a general contractor himself and estimated they could get all of the renovation work done in the 4 units for $150,000 and could execute in about 6 months, which is pretty good. So what we made sure we did on the bridge loan was get them an open loan. So it was a 6-month open loan with no renewal fee in case they needed to extend the project. We prioritized this over rate so that the clients could exit as soon as possible. We underwrote the file that once the renovations were complete, we would have an exit into CMHC. Now, a key piece into ensuring this is going to happen correctly is running this file upfront with an as-complete appraisal by the lender we're going to go to for the CMHC loan at the back end. We know what the purchase price is. We have very solid GC codes and a very experienced operator. We have an as-complete appraisal, which is appraising the property as if the project was already complete. And we have the takeout lender already kind of reviewing the deal. It is not a commitment to lend, but we're going in with very high certainty that this is going to be a great project. So let's break down the numbers. All in all, the clients are going to need $459,000 to execute this project. That includes their 25% down payment, the reno budget, the closing transactions, and any holding costs for the duration of the project. On the takeout, we estimated the project should be able to support a $1.1 million loan with CMHC on the exit. So bottom line is the clients will be leaving little to no money in once this deal is completed. Now, what I really like about this project is while there is renovation risk associated with it, there is no tenant risk associated with it. There's already 4 vacant units and clients can get to work right away, which really helps compress their timeline. It is why the clients were able to take on this high interest debt loan because they had a very clear timeline and plan on how to get out of it. Then this brings me to the second case study, which is very, very different because it's going to touch on 2 things that are fundamentally different on a project like this: timeline and cost. Let's talk about timeline first. On a 24 unit that is not vacant, so all these units are tenanted, you should not be planning for a very short-term timeline like 6 to 12 months. These projects are going to naturally take longer, 18 to 24, as tenants turn over, as you do work to the property. There's just a lot more scope involved. What happened, especially when interest rates were very low and then completely skyrocketed the next day, was that a lot of people who did not know how to operate got stuck in high interest loans while having very aggressive estimates of timeline. So now instead of carrying a high interest loan for 12 months, they were carrying a high interest loan for 24 months, which in the world of real estate is normal. But in the world of high interest rates environment, it is brutal. So one really interesting thing about the market that we're in right now is that prices have kind of flatlined or come down a little while interest rates have started to come down, especially in the multifamily space. So for these clients, we're actually able to buy this building with conventional CMHC on the acquisition with 15% down, which is win number 1. Now, in order to do this, a quick calculation is verifying the cap rate of the building, and the cap rate was really favorable. We could chat more once you book that call. Being able to buy this property with CMHC debt made it, cheap for them to hold on, and by nature it was cash flowing. So even if it took 24, 36 months, they'd be okay. However, they still wanted to do value add, and there is a position over the next 18 to 24 months to turn over tenants, to do renovations, and do a bunch of upgrades to the property. But then how do you refinance? Because breaking a CMHC loan is very expensive. Well, not many people know that with a CMHC mortgage, you can do something called a pari passu. Simply put, it's a CMHC top-up, okay? So you can increase the value of your CMHC insured loan. Essentially a second mortgage, but with equal priority. So you would need to do it with the same lender who you initially went in with. So you need to disclose this up front. Also, even though it's a top-up, it's essentially a brand new loan. And like I mentioned previously, Lenders don't like these sub $1 million loans, so you want the lift that you create from your value add to be higher than that 1 million. Now, there are exceptions to this. That's not a black and white rule. We're just talking generally here. So the plan is in 24 months, once these clients have executed their business plan, we will be approaching the lender for a pari passu mortgage. We'll be topping up their loan, and the investment that they raise for this from their LP partners will be paid back at that time. Now, I wanted to bring these two very different projects out because they're two very, very good ways to make money. The returns are very high, but they're very different approaches. One's a lot more aggressive, capital intensive, at least for the size of the project. And one's a lot more, slow, calculated, and strategic. Book some time with me and we could talk more about these details. But for now, take a look at that link and we'll go through spreadsheets in detail. And with that, we'll see you guys on the next video.